Hello ma'am, this is Mauryavardhan Reddy, registration number 19BCE1533. This is my J component review 3 presentation. So first thing in the presentation ma'am, it's abstract. The online railway booking system facilitates the passenger to inquire about the trains available on the basis of the source and destination, inquire about the status of the booked ticket, etc. The aim of this study is to design and develop the database maintaining the records of the passenger, different train, and train status. This project contains Introduction to the Railway Reservation System. It is the computerized system of the reserving the seats of train in advance. Online reservation system has made the process for the reservation of seats very much easier than ever before. In our country, India, there are a number of counters for the reservation of the seats, and one can easily make reservation and get tickets. Then this project contains entity relationship model diagram based on railway reservation system and introduction to relation model. There is also design of the database of the railway reservation system based on relation model. Example of some SQL queries to retrieve data from rail management system. Now, introduction to the project. Database is an organized collection of data. The data is typically organized to model aspects of reality in a way that supports process requiring information. A DBMS makes it possible for the end users to create, read, update, and delete data in database. The DBMS especially serves as an interference between the end user or application programs, ensuring that the data is consistently organized and remains easily accessible. The database manages three important things: the data, the database engine that allows data to be accessed, logged, and modified, and the database schema, which defines the database's logical structure. These three foundational elements help provide concurrency, security, data integrity, and uniform administration procedures. The DBMS can offer both logical and physical data independence. That means it can protect users and applications from needing to know where the data is stored or having to be concerned about changes to physical structure of data. The main purpose of maintaining database for railway booking system is to reduce the manual errors involved in the booking and cancelling of ticket and make it convenient for the customers and providers to maintain the data about their customers and also about the seats available at them. Due to automation, many loopholes that exist in the manual maintenance for the records can be removed. The speed of the obtaining and processing the data will be fast. For the future expansion, the proposed system can be web enabled so that clients can make various inquiries about the trains between stations. Due to this, sometimes a lot of problems occur and they are facing many disputes with customers' details, availability of seats in trains, number of trains, and in their details. The master user of this system is a railway administrator who can log in using a master password, and once a user is authenticated as admin, he or she can access the modified information stored in the database of the system. This includes adding and updating of train, station, train routes, and also managing the user and the passenger details. Here you can see the project description. This project is about creating the database about railway reservation system. The railway reservation system facilitates the passenger to inquire about the trains available on the basis of source and destination and booking and cancellation of tickets, inquire about the status of booked ticket, etc. The aim of case study is to design and develop a database maintaining the records of different trains, train status, and passengers. The record of train includes its name, number, source, destination, and days on which it is available. Whereas record of train status includes dates for which ticket can be booked, total number of seats available, and number of seats already booked. Passengers can book their tickets for the train in which seats are available. For this, passenger has to provide the desired train number and the date for which ticket is to be booked. Before booking a ticket for a passenger, the validity of train number and booking date is checked. Once the train number and booking dates are checked, it is validated whether the seat is available. If yes, the ticket is booked with confirmed status and corresponding ticket ID is generated, which is stored along with the other details of the passenger. The ticket once booked can be cancelled at any time. For this, the passenger has to provide the ticket ID, the unique key. The ticket ID is searched and the corresponding record is deleted. With this, the first ticket with waiting status also gets confirmed. List of assumptions. Since the reservation system is very large in reality, it is not feasible to develop the case study to that extent and prepare documentation at that level. Therefore, a small sample case study has been created to demonstrate the working of the reservation system. To implement the simple case study, some assumptions have been made, which are as follows. The number of trains has been restricted to 5. The booking is open only for next 7 days from the current date. Only two categories of tickets can be booked, namely AC, General, and this goes on. A list of trains has to be maintained. Detailed passenger information is to be maintained in the booking procedure. The train number, train date, and category are read from the passenger on the basis of values provided by the passenger. Corresponding record is retrieved from the train status. If the desired category is AC, then total number of AC seats and number of booked AC seats are compared in order to find the whether ticket can be booked or not. Similarly, it can be checked for the general category. If ticket can be booked, then passenger details are read and stored in the passenger table. In the cancellation procedure, details are read and stored in the passenger table. In the cancellation procedure, ticket's ID is read from the passenger and corresponding record is searched in the passenger. If the record exists, it is deleted. After deleting the record, if it is confirmed, first record with waiting status for the same train and the same category are searched from the passenger table and its status is changed to confirm. Here, this is an entity relational diagram. It's a conceptual model. You can check all the entity relations over here like user, passenger, train status, route, and station explained in detail. In relation schema, this is the user table where we can see the existing users. If new user wants to log in, he should enter attributes of the registration page and press submit button. The new credentials will update in user table and after that user can log in through the login page. Next entity is the passenger and the attributes are wait seat, avail seat, booked seat, train ID, PNR. And in the avail seat, you can able to see the availability seats in the train. Next entity is train status and P name, age, gender, seat number, river status, UID, status ID, and train ID are the attributes of this. Next entity, station. In that, attributes are station ID and station name. Next entity, train. In that, train ID, train name, train type, avail class, status ID are the attributes. Next entity, route. In that, arrival time, departing time, stop number, station ID, train ID are the attributes. Mapping of entity set. For each weak entity type with owner entity, create a table and include all simple attributes of weak entity type as columns of tables, including foreign key attributes as the primary key of the table that correspond to the owner entity type. Owner entity is strong entity having own primary key. Example, route and train. Route is weak entity, train is owner entity. The domain points. Simple attributes which cannot be divided into subparts. Example, seat number of passenger. Composite attributes which can be divided into subparts. Example, passenger name, reservation status. Next entity, P name. The attributes are first name, middle name, and the last name. And coming goes the next entity, reserve status, and the attributes are waiting, confirmed. And here goes the step 4, mapping of entity set. For each weak entity type with owner entity, create a table and include all simple attributes of weak entity types as columns of table, including foreign key attributes as the primary key of the table that correspond to the owner entity type. Owner entity is strong entity having own primary key. Example, route in train. Weak entity is the route, owner entity is the train. And step 5, mapping of relationships. And next entity is the passenger table. The attributes are UID, status ID, train ID. Next entity is train status. The attributes are train ID and PNR. And next entity, train. The attributes are status ID.
And the next entity is route. The attributes are station ID, train ID.
List of tools and software. SQL Server to create the database and store the data, or any other database servers. SQL is structured query language used for querying database. Second one, any software like XAMPP to create a server or URL to show the database in the form of web page when XAMPP server is connected localhost URL to create or operate from web and F. Third one is Microsoft Office application is to create the PPTs and to write a project report as well as the keynote used in the project. And fourth one, this operation can be performed in any type of operating system and install database softwares like SQL, SQL Plus, Oracle Apex. And the fifth one, database system needs collection, storage, management, and use of data within the database environment, and it requires some procedure to follow it. And sixth one, CSS, which is used to give a designer look to the PHP using external file. And seventh one, JavaScript. JavaScript is used for client-side scripting, which can help in using validation on the website and many more other functions. Here you can see the form design, in another words, front-end application. The first window depicts Welcome to online railway booking, the login form. And the second slide depicts the registration form. After login with the appropriate credentials, you can see your account, and in that you can see your home page also. Now coming to the backend application. You can see the application codes over here and the description code for the login page. And here you can see the register page PHP code and even the connection page code. References. The first reference is idea from the irctc.in, and the second one W3 resources for the PHP coding part, and other website URLs for doubts in PHP coding part and ER diagram reference, and pages and keynote is used for the audio recording. Conclusion. In our project railway reservation system, we have stored all the information about the train schedule and the users booking tickets and even status of train seats, etc. This database is helpful for the applications which facilitate passengers to book the train tickets and check the details of trains and the status from their place itself. It avoids the inconveniences of going to railway station for each and every query they get. We had considered the most important requirements only. Many more features and details can be added to our project in order to obtain even more user-friendly applications. These applications are already in progress and in future they can be upgraded and may become part of amazing technology. Thank you.